I decided where I wanted to go to school based on a basketball program that existed back in the 90s, and that was the Duke Blue Devils. Turns out though, the Duke Blue Devils were not as enthusiastic about me, and I didn't have a plan. Thank God my dad knew someone who knew someone who knew someone at the University of Houston who helped me get fast-tracked. I often joke that going to the University of Houston was the best decision that someone else ever made for me. I was born and raised on the east side of Houston. My family consists of really my dad and mom and sisters, just the four of us. We spent a lot of time together. My mom was a school teacher. She taught pre-K, and my dad worked at a chemical plant as an operator. Everything that I am is because of who my parents were. I knew that I wanted to go to college when my mom told me I wanted to go to college. She had a high school education, as did my dad. For me to be the first person in my family to go to college was a big deal. The University of Houston was special. I hit the ground running as a freshman. I was 17 years old. I was a restaurant manager working 60 to 80 hours a week. Found someone at a fraternity who said that they thought that I would make a perfect fraternity man. After a couple of years, I was a little bit burnt out and actually took a break. Decided to come back and then took another break before I finally came back and finished my degree where I needed to be. So whenever I started at the University of Houston, I was a poli-sci major because my mom told me I needed to be a lawyer. I should have known all along that I wanted to do something in hospitality. On a whim, I came in and talked to the Hilton College. I walked into a lady named Mary Douglas's office and asked her where the person I needed to talk to get into school would be. And she got up from behind her desk and said, "Oh, no, it's okay, you don't have to do that, just point me in a direction." She said, "Sir, this is the Hilton College. We don't point, we take people places." From that point on, I was sold. In my current role as sales manager for an industrial installation company, when asked why I left my field, I always say I'd never left my field. I took hospitality to an industry that needed it. So my wife, Pam, and I met at the livestock show and rodeo. My wife is an amazing mom. She's a great wife. She brings fun, patience, excitement, and my kids are amazing as well. Luke is 3, Elise is 2. Having 2 kids is like a party that never ends. I find myself learning more from them than I ever thought that I would. I found myself about 3 years after graduating and really not spending much time staying connected to anyone, losing a job. It was probably one of the best things that ever happened to me, and the only thing I could think of was get plugged back in at the Hilton College. And lo and behold, they were having an event, and I decided to go out there. It was coming back to that relationship that really got my life back on track, helped me have a little bit more focus with what I wanted to do, and got me plugged in. From that point on, I started serving on the Hilton College board. Serving has been one of the greatest things that I've ever done. This whole experience of receiving the Volunteer of the Year award has been humbling, and I'm thankful that there is this team that I play on that is the Alumni Association at the University of Houston. The Hilton College taught me everything that I needed to know about how to be successful in the hospitality industry. I treat my clients as if they were guests, and I'm successful because of it. And it's because of the values that were instilled in me at the Hilton College and the University of Houston that I am what I am today.
Presenting Michael with the first ever Billy Schneider Outstanding Volunteer Award tonight is, of course, Billy Schneider, who had just met him at the bottom of the podium. And he is also joined by Carol White, past president of the Hilton College Alumni Association. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Alcorn.
So Alex brings a pregnant wife and his mother-in-law, and then I gotta follow Billy, and Brent's whining about the chancellor? I mean, I think that's a pretty big shoe to fill. So, hey, I'm just thankful that I get to go ahead and just thank some people tonight. So I hope you'll give me a few minutes just to do that, because there's probably been hundreds of people here who have made a huge impact on my life, and it's been a wonderful experience, and I can't say thank you enough. You know, from Randy McCaslin, who took a chance on someone who he really didn't even know, let him serve on a board, and then people like Carol White and Margot Kaplan, who basically lied to me and told me that everything was going to be okay whenever I took over the presidency, and somehow magically it did wind up being okay. And then I have people like Patty Godfrey who are pumping me up and telling me that everything's going to be absolutely wonderful, and she is absolutely correct. She's a wonderful example of someone who is absolutely enthusiastic and passionate about what she does, and that's exactly what all of us should do. You know, then I go to the college. I got Miguel Cabrera, who was a great partner of mine and supported in everything that, yeah, absolutely. Miguel was wonderful. You know, I've had a pleasure of calling Mary Dawson, a friend of mine, for over 10 years. That's the associate dean over at the Hilton College. And to be equally as pleasure would be whenever Dr. Dennis Reynolds came in, and he served as a friend of mine too and an ally, and we really worked together to do some things that would further the cause. You know, the board that I have the pleasure of serving on with Caitlin Venable and Jessica and Chow and others, it's been amazing. I've had a great ride with the University of Houston. You know, from a personal side of things, I've also had, my dad's here tonight. Thanks so much for the sacrifices that you've made for me. My sister's here tonight as well, and thank you. She's also a proud Coug. You know, and man, I gotta make sure I don't forget my wife. Don't forget your wife. Don't forget your wife. Okay. All right. And my mom passed away about 20 years ago, and she was great. You know, almost the person who imparted a lot of her discipline into me, but she also taught me how to love and taught me how to be, hopefully, a great person. And I have a fraction of what she gave to me, but she was a wonderful person and a great example. And finally, my wife. You know, about 7 years ago, I asked my girlfriend if she minded if I volunteered for the University of Houston. She said, "God, please leave me alone." Yes, go do something else that would divert your attention from me. And little did she know that we were going to have to go through her closet, get rid of all of her burnt orange, and replace it. Yeah, that's a true story, actually. And replace it with bright red. And quick story, we had a game where the University of Houston and the University of Texas was playing at the same time. Her mom asked her when she came out wearing a Houston Cougar shirt why she was doing that. She goes, "It's the only shirt that I own." So, thank you for the sacrifices that you make, Pamela. Thank you for being there. Thank you for volunteering next to me and for being a part of the University of Houston. So lastly, I would like to say thank you all for showing up and supporting your college. Thank you for showing up and supporting our university, and thank you for showing up and supporting each other. What we do together is an amazing thing, and those of us who are here tonight realize that this is an awesome university, that this is an awesome group of alums, and it couldn't happen without you. So thank you very much, and go Cougs.